Hi, Flosstube.
I'm Nancy.
And I'm Laura.
And we are
The Addicted Sisters. This is a picture of Nancy and I on board, I can't remember which ship, one of the Carnival ships in 2013, or the trip that we like to refer to as the Cruise from Hell. So welcome to our video number 61. Today is Saturday, May 18th, 2019. This week would have been our dad's 101st birthday on Wednesday, on the 15th. And yesterday would have been my father-in-law's 85th birthday.
Yeah, and a lot of you guys probably saw this on Facebook too, because I posted, it didn't show me his little picture here.
You just have to find your post, huh?
Yeah. Because I showed him, he was kind of a dapper little guy. And mine is probably way too bright.
Here, okay.
Here. Good Lord, I got a lot of things open.
This is what happens when we film Flosstube.
I have to go to settings. Jeez, I thought I knew where I was. There they were. I wasn't planning on showing this, but I thought, oh, well, what the hell.
Display?
Yeah, there we go.
I think you were swearing again.
Oh. It just comes so naturally to me, I don't notice.
Let's just start the video that way today.
Goodness.
That trip, the reason that we call it that is because we went on a ladies' cruise and we had a lovely time through our first port. And then right after we left Cozumel, that night, overnight, the engine room caught fire.
Yeah.
And I bet a lot of you remember reading about this, but we had to be towed from, we were out, the way that things set, here's what I always think. Galveston is about here, and we cruised out to Cozumel right out here, and we're coming back around because Progresso's on this side.
Yeah. And
the boat lost it somewhere in here. The engine room caught fire. So they couldn't tow us to Progresso for a reason we won't go into because it makes me a little salty. So instead of here, we had to go all the way over here to Mobile, Alabama. We were nearly to Florida.
Yeah, yeah.
From Texas.
Yeah, and then we had to drive home from there.
Yeah, it was an extra 4 days. And we could have flown, but just Carnival did everything they could. I have nothing bad to say about them.
No, they were perfect. They were great.
Because we were part of a group, it was hard for them to know who was with who. And they had given Nancy and I completely different travel arrangements.
Yep. I was going one place. I had a hotel. Laura was going another place. Didn't have a hotel. Going by different means, too.
Yeah. So we just decided that we would rent a car and drive home. And we made like a... How long? Like 17-hour?
Yeah.
Drive home. And
I'm 5'2". She already knows what I'm going to say. The only car left in the lot was a F-150 extended cab. Mm-hmm. Is that right? Yeah. There were no running boards, so I had to...
And there was only a handle on the passenger side.
Yes.
So the only way to get yourself in on the driver's side was to take hold of the wheel and jump for it.
Yeah. Yeah. And the floorboard was up above my waist. So
we were so grateful that we were able to get a vehicle.
Yes.
But
it was after midnight.
Yeah, and it was before GPS was standard in rental vehicles. So they gave us these little guys after midnight, printed out a map for us, and it was a was it MapQuest? So you know how terrible those were. And we live on the Kansas City side of Missouri, and it was going to take us to the St. Louis side and then not let us drive home on I-70.
Which is like a straight shot.
Yeah, Nancy and I it connects everything. Yeah. And Nancy and I are like, why would we do that? And Nancy goes, can't we just go this way straight? And we stopped.
I drive like how the crow flies.
I get to be the navigator. We stopped at Walmart as soon as they opened in the morning at about 6 o'clock. We hit it just at the right time. Nancy bought an atlas, and I bought a GPS,
Which is right over there in the bookcase.
and we hooked the GPS up in the truck, and the first place in my GPS is Osceola cheese.
Which is fabulous.
Now, a lot of you probably have no clue what that is, but there's a Boy Scout camp down at Osceola, Missouri, and so it's built up over the years.
Yeah.
And they forever have had this Osceola cheese right on the little highway that goes through, and you can taste the cheese. They have all these little testers out.
Wonderful.
Yeah, and they make it all there. It's fabulous.
It's actually the like an AARP stop.
Yeah.
All the old people go in for lunch.
But they'll pick up all the cheese. But do you notice that we're not old people?
Right.
But anyway, so that's the first place. Not my home, not anything else. Osceola cheese is the first place
Well, and you know,
in
on
my
my
GPS.
on my GPS, it's your house, not my house.
So we're a pair.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're off track, huh?
Here is Dad. That's the baseball hat over there. That was a baseball picture, and that's, you know, what Dad loved to do the most. But then I had to show you that dapper picture of him too, because he thought he was a ladies' man, but he wasn't really.
No,
he just was a sweetheart.
Okay, so Nancy and I always say that he reminded us of Don Knotts.
Barney Fife.
So
Yeah.
we miss him. But anyway, we've welcomed you now to our floss tube. So
Yeah, thank you for joining us. Thank you for being here. Thank you for all the well wishes and understanding that, you know, life happens. We can't help that.
Do you need your tea?
That would be great. I totally forgot about it. But, you know,
This one?
no, I don't use one.
Okay.
Thank you.
I'm sorry, guys.
That's all right.
We're out of practice here a little bit.
Yeah, it's our first floss tube, don't you know?
I was
61.
Yeah, there you go. I was telling Nancy that last Saturday, I messaged her at about 3 o'clock in the morning
Yes,
and
ma'am.
said, I don't think there's floss tube today. I'm still up. I'm coughing. I haven't slept. I'm miserable. And
You
I
said
just
the glass
can't
in
do
the
it.
throat.
Yeah.
Oh.
I told Nancy that Saturday morning I had made the decision that I was going to try and get some sleep. And what I did is I went in the living room and sat in my recliner. We have a reclining 2-seater sofa, and that's what I was on, and just tried to go to sleep. And my husband said, oh my gosh, you just coughed and coughed and coughed and coughed. But
Which
every
makes
time,
it worse and worse,
yeah.
you know, so.
And I didn't want to swallow. So like I would hold, this is really nasty, guys. I would just sit and hold saliva in my mouth as long as I could possibly stand it, because every time I swallowed, it felt like I was swallowing glass.
If you can say saliva, then I can cuss.
But it, you know, I went to the doctor. Thankfully, we have a plan with a clinic, and they have lots of satellite locations, and one of them is in my grocery store. And
That's lucky.
yeah, so we went, and I got in to see her pretty quickly. She had been stuck in line at the Starbucks that's also in my grocery store. And she goes, I'm so sorry. It was a long line. I'm like, it's okay. As long as I get to feel better,
Yeah.
I am good.
You fixed me, it's okay.
Yeah. And she told me, you are, after she examined me, she said, you are really in great health. And I'm like, and she said, well, you know, I just say your throat looks clear, your ears look clear, and your lungs are clear. So I had worked out most of it, but I just, as soon as the antibiotics had all stopped, and I mean, I had been through boxes of medicine, and I just, that concerns me.
Yeah, yeah.
So she put me on one more round of antibiotics, and it took,
I'm going to start coughing. now.
yeah, normally I can get some relief in
Kleenex?
normally I can get some relief from the antibiotics right away, but I have everything now, you guys. And there's a little pack of tissues for you, okay? Because I have some others out.
Oh, my.
You'd rather have that than a cough drop, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry.
The diabetic lady eats breath savers. That's me. Breath savers mints. And I like the spearmint ones because they're just... And Nancy, I've gotten kind of hooked on those too. We use a couple of different brands of those little things. And they don't have a ton of sugar, so you don't...
Mm-mm. So it doesn't feel like you've got a sugar slick.
Yeah. So,
But.
now that we told you all the gross stuff...
All right, thank you for joining us.
Let's talk about your comments and questions. So last week, our question was, who do you stitch with? And a lot of you talked about that you stitch with different groups.
Mm-hmm.
You stitch with family members. You stitch with friends.
Mm-hmm.
And it was really fun to read this.
And Flosstube. A lot of you just sit and stitch with Flosstube.
Mm-hmm.
With us.
Yeah. Connie, Count Twice, Stitch Once, said she stitches with her daughters when she's able to, but otherwise she stitches with Flosstube and she talks to them like they can hear her. Does anyone else do that?
Oh, no.
Oh, no, none of us do that.
No.
It's only you, Connie.
Connie, you're the only one.
How many of you are sitting out there right now going, me, me? And Bird Stitcher Colorado cracked us up because she was commenting while she was watching it. So she had multiple comments, and I won't tell you how many. 4. But she was apologizing for commenting so often. We don't mind that.
No.
Sometimes that's easier for us because you're really specific about what you're talking about, and we get it. And sometimes we have a hard time figuring out what
we
people
have to jog each other's memory. What were we talking about? Why is she saying this?
Mm-hmm. The other one, I talked about Julie, who is the wonderful person who does all the over one stuff. And I said, I'll have to figure out what her Instagram is again. And so I wrote it down here for you. It's Miss Jupes. And if you're not following her on Instagram, you really should be.
Yeah.
She does amazing work.
Gorgeous, gorgeous stuff.
And
she does so much on Instagram. I actually thought she was a floss tuber.
yeah.
I put that out on our group this week because I thought, and she came back, she said, I love that you think I am, but I'm not.
Oh, and excuse me, sorry. The other one, Flissy Fish Cross Stitcher, Felicity. Ooh,
Yes.
I got it out.
Yes.
Said that she is counting down to the retreat, like we all are.
I didn't check the days, but I'm guessing
Look,
50.
this is for the retreat.
What is that, Laura?
I don't know. Teaser. And
Now,
she said,
we don't like to do that at all.
she said she also needs to figure out her small piece. I do too.
I've got mine. I'm sorry.
She's going to have the mint now. We both bought a pattern.
Mm-hmm.
And
I got mine started.
and I have not started mine, but I've started something else that I'm doing for the retreat. So.
Mm-hmm. Me too.
And the biggest thing that we got in comments was so many lovely comments about our friends Judy and Sue.
Yes, thank you so much for that.
Mm-hmm. And Judy really enjoyed answering your comments about her.
That was fun.
And her bags are fabulous. And
oh God, yeah.
I'll probably put her information. I think I put it on last time, and sorry, and I will pick it up and put it on this time as well.
This week's too. Good. Because she has, she can do whatever you want.
Yeah. And if you're coming to the retreat, she's really working.
Yes, she's
to
going to
get
have
some
a
things
lot of
done.
them there.
So
a lot of big bags, little bags, and the trays.
the other thing that's going to be at the retreat Stuff from Love You More. And I brought this one. We did Fairy Tale Week this week.
That's cute.
And this one we are calling Rapunzel's Tower. We just thought these were such fun castles. And inside is this stuff, which Katie had me do because she thinks it looks like shingles. I wanted to turn it the other way, like this way, because to me, this way, it looks like bunting.
Oh.
That would be draped across all of these lovely castles on the windows and things, you know? But anyway, that's
Works
one. I believe that we have some of these left. We released yesterday and immediately sold out.
Oh my.
And of several things.
That's good, but oh my.
In fact, this is what I was going to tell you earlier. We were still Katie was still getting things ready and set up. And we heard, cha-ching. I'm like, what is somebody buying? And Katie goes, the listings are all up. I just put one of everything since we haven't done inventory. So people were in buying the sleeves before we did the stories, which we love, you know, that's fine.
Gosh.
I'm like, then you had better hurry up. Because
Yeah.
we have got to get
It done.
And we got everything done and got it all up and everything, so it was fine.
Cool.
But next week we also announced that we are releasing a Wonderland box. And it's all Alice in Wonderland theme. It has a couple of extra fandoms from it. Because, you know, there are all sorts of books and things that have been done off of it. One of the series we used is Splintered. And the other one is a book called Heartless from Marissa Meyer. And that one was really good. Splintered, that series is A.G. Howard.
That's in my to-read list, but at the time, I hadn't read it because I was only getting the CDs.
Oh.
But now I've learned how to use my MP3 player on my
phone. Oh.
So, yeah.
Well, and it's really good. And if you get a chance, check out the in-between books, the 0.5s.
Okay.
Because, and if you can get them, if you look on Goodreads, I think they put them in where they're supposed to be. And you can get, you just get a little more with it. It's a really good series. I'm going to tap us again. We're looking a little dark.
Woo-hoo.
There we go.
Oh, okay.
It was really bright, like so bright, it was blinding me, and now it's gone a little dark again.
Yeah, because the house right across the way is like a beigey white color, and
it's shingled. Yeah, really, really get us. But the Wonderland box is up on our site, loveyoumorestudios.com. Sorry, loveyoumorestudios.com. I'm trying to get too much there. And next week we will be releasing, I think we've settled on abstract patterns. It's a lot of geometric things that we have. And each week we've been doing whatever we have left over from 2018 stock. We re-release those. And then whatever we have new. And it's funny, the first cha-ching was a 2018 sleeve.
Oh, okay.
And then we have the new releases also that we bring up. So this week we had like 8 new releases and 5 2018 sleeves. And
very good.
Yeah, it's been crazy. So
okay, what's next, Laura?
Last week was we want to talk about what our question this week is. So this week our question is, what questions do you have that you'd like to have answered?
I was like, what is the question? It says, what questions?
So
I'd already forgotten what we decided on.
So send us your questions and we'll compile a list and we'll just ask those questions through the weeks, because we're up to like, I think that was about 12 or 13, maybe even a little more.
Yeah.
And we're getting kind of questioned out. So tell us what you want to know and we'll ask.
Okay.
Next is stash.
I have a little bit. I got some stash in from Westwind Cross Stitch Designs. And, this is going to be hard to see, this one. Let me take it out.
I want to see this.
That's the freebie.
I know, I wanted to see what it was. That's cute.
She gave me a couple freebies with it, which was really sweet. But, you know, we are both Jane Austen fans.
Mm-hmm.
And I got this new design called the Refreshment Sampler. I can't even see it. It's so dark in here.
Do we need to have a light now?
What is it? Oh, you know what? Let me read it off the pattern, maybe.
Oh. To sit in the shade on a fine day and look upon the verdure is the most perfect refreshment.
That's it. So, this is the design then. Isn't it cute? I really like that Victorian style.
That's funny because I was going to say this made me think of Jane Austen.
It is. Uh-huh.
It doesn't give a name. It just says friendship sampler.
Yeah.
So really cute little freebie.
And then the other one I got was the Jane Austen tribute sampler. And it's Jane with her books.
Awesome.
So I think that one's real cute too.
Those are sweet.
I just, you know, they're not everybody's cup of tea, but I thought they were really sweet looking.
They're really sweet. I know if you are a Jane Austen fan, you should check back and look for some, I think it's Sampler Girl. I always get confused and want to call her Sampler Gal, but I believe it's Sampler Girl who did several Jane Austen things, and they're really patterns, and they're really fun. Julie, Kansas City Girl in a Colorado World, wow, had to really think about that, has done a few of them and has several in her stash.
Well, and then she sent me 2 freebie samplers too. And one just says, a true friend is a found treasure.
And has the alphabet and 2 of the girls. Really pretty.
Yeah, because it's Jane and, who was the other girl? This is Jane. Could that be Emma? I don't know. Anyway, I think she told online, but I don't remember now.
Okay, so I have stash of a different kind. Since last Sunday was Mother's Day, I got spoiled pretty royally and stayed home and did nothing but stitch and sleep a lot.
Yeah,
I slept.
Too.
And Nancy and I actually did some retreat planning over the phone.
Mm-hmm.
And Katie helped us. She was flashing everything on my TV so that I could see everything. And then she would send me pictures and I would send them to Nancy. Do you want this?
Yeah, and I was finally going, stop.
It was so much goodness. But one of the cool things Katie got me is this bag. And it's a great little bag. And we actually picked it up on one of our fabric shopping trips. We saw it and I was going, it's bees. But she bought me what's inside this lovely little fat bag is a...
I'll hold it if you
it's a keyboard for my iPad.
Oh, okay. That's cool.
And I have an iPad mini, so it's a little bitty one, and it'll be wireless, but this flips up, and I can actually set it.
There.
Well, I can, no, it's wired. Well, I don't know. I haven't played with it, but it's a stand.
Yeah.
So.
I think that's what I was trying to say.
I've had one before, and it just didn't work very well, so I'm hopeful that this one will work better.
You notice I tried to take it out of her hand, and she wouldn't let go.
No. So.
Not even to look at.
No, it's my bees.
It's cute.
It's very dark in here now. That's funny.
I know, because it looks really bright on here.
Okay, that was the end of stash. Next up is finishes.
Finishes.
I have one. So, School of Magical Stitching and Literature. We had to update our albums, our WIP albums. And I had finished, because I finished Queen of quite a lot that I showed.
Yes.
I had to put something in there. And I don't know. Oh, I think I just was kind of flipping through, pulling, because we switched to Central Time from Pacific Time as our deadlines.
Oh.
And I had been working, trying to get everything done for Love You More. And I said, okay, I have to stop because I've got to get this updated. If I don't get it updated, you know, I won't have anything there. And Ugh. So I pulled out this Cherrywood Design Studios, and it's linen. They did theirs on 28 count pumpkin natural gingham from Weeks Dye Works. And I think that mine is a Weeks Dye Works linen, however, it is not pumpkin. And there were multiple challenges this week, just things that popped up, and a monthly challenge, monthly extra credit
Stretching for the board
that I could do. And by the time I finished, I was like 2 words short of finishing, so that was it.
Very cute.
When I updated my album, this slipped in at number 17 because that's what it, I don't move things up, I just replace the line. And so I put this in at number 17 to replace the other one. And then when I looked at homework, I just started laughing because it said that I needed to stitch on this one.
Oh, no.
And do 700 stitches. And I had started, after I decided I had plenty of time, I had done weave, which is right here. I had done weave cloth. That's all I had for my start. And I was able to put in all of the rest of it to get things done.
Very good. Congratulations.
So, thank you. It was quick. And I really like this color. This is an old piece of fabric because this label came from the Old Mill Stitchery. And it just says gingham 28. And when I looked it up, I think that it was making me think it was a Weeks Dye Works also. So that may be another source.
So
yeah, but that may be another source for people looking for checked fabrics.
Yeah.
I found several when I was looking online, and I just think that could be a good one to look at.
Very good.
And I'm using my Rep exclusive bag with the
starfish.
Mm-hmm. So that was that. That's my start and finish.
Cool.
This week. So Nancy.
What?
Whips and plans. What have you worked on?
Well, I worked on a couple different things this week.
No way. Nancy only works on one thing.
I did. I worked on a couple different things.
I can't show one of the things I worked
on.
Well,
I'm going to show it anyway because nobody will recognize it. So, I worked on, I'm getting out my trusty little copy here. Did I do a copy on the front?
Oh, and I could have, oh, there you go.
2 B's, ABCs.
Oh, at the stitching day, Nancy sat and put in all of her basting lines. Stitches. Did that help? Did you feel like it helped?
Well,
maybe not yet.
Not yet, because I haven't. Except it did on part, yes. So yes, maybe so. Let me turn it right side out. So this is where I've gotten this last week.
Ooh.
I got everything in. That
looks good.
Stuff. I got a little wonky on my curl, but that's all right.
Yeah, that's fine.
So I got my leaves all in.
Oh, they look so pretty.
And then I realized that my flower, I had left some of the stitching off, so I went back in and fixed that. I put these in, and I'm ready now to do the band of numbers up here, and then this page will be done.
Did you do 3 columns of basting? Yep, like I did.
Yeah.
I think it'll help as you move forward.
Yeah, I mean, it helped up here on the band because I didn't have to go out and count.
Mm-hmm.
I could just start there and come over.
Yeah. The other thing I liked is that most of her bands, she would center. So as long as you mark the center on each page, you should be able to start easily. Like, wherever it won't matter with the letters.
Yeah.
But your next band, it'll be easier.
Well, I did find, I kept telling you I was having trouble with this little leaf here. And I did find that it was off. It was over 2 stitches. So when I put my basting stitch in, I could see that it was over 2. And I didn't have enough in. I just pulled it out and, redid it. So it worked together fine.
And you guys remember what we're talking about with basting lines. She ran these the whole length of her fabric. Here, let me hold this side.
Okay, so see, you can see the three there.
This, and then you.
Here, here, and here. Okay.
And they run all the way up her fabric now, so that she'll be able to use those as a guide. And our friend Sue is the one who had all three. I've put one down the side before, but when I saw Sue's and she had it on both sides and in the middle, I thought...
It just makes so much sense. And then the other piece I worked on is going to be a surprise for somebody. So I'll show this to you now, but I won't show it to you ever again, okay?
Maybe we'll take a picture and you'll get to see it. Stitchers. What's it say down there? I can't say.
Gather.
Oh, okay.
So I am using floss that you bought me.
Oh, it's pretty. I was going to say, I love that.
It's Joseph's Coat from
okay. Victoria Motto.
And then that, I don't know if you can tell, but that's like a blue-purple. I wasn't sure if I really liked it because I started with that and I thought, oh, I don't think that color is going to work.
I really like it.
It's $7.91 DMC, $7.91. But the more I got the other color on, the more I liked it.
I really like it.
So I finished that little flourish yesterday at lunch, and I thought, gotta show that. So that's going up, and if you're going to a retreat, then you'll see it there.
And what are your plans then? What are you going to work on?
I'm going to finish this.
Okay.
And then I need to work on the other one.
Okay.
And then I'll go back to Judy's.
So I don't know what I've worked on in the last 2 weeks. I'm just going to show you a bunch of stuff that I think I've worked on. And things I'm going to use for the monthly challenges. So my first one is Be Not Forgetful by My Big Toe Designs.
Yeah, you didn't work on that at Stitch Day because you said you needed to concentrate on it.
Right. So I don't know. I've probably shown you this. I have to look and see what's the front and what's the back.
Yeah.
But
the perils of good back stitching.
Yeah. Oh, actually.
Yeah. That looks right.
I'm trying to think. I just started coming up the side. This is the top. Hello. It goes this way.
Your clip.
You know what? It's messing with me because it looks backwards to me. So, but anyway, that's what I got done with that. And then in my cute bee bag from Judy.
You guys are going to love those.
Starkey stash bags. I think that's a great name.
There you go. Judy, we thought of your new name.
I was doing a ton of challenges.
Did you just hear her laughing at us?
Yes. Judy probably loved that, and she'll be like, girls. She always calls us girls. We love that. Makes us feel so young. This one is Carrot Talk by The Work Basket. And I don't know if I showed you this and how much I've done since then.
You had just done the part of the carrot.
So I was using this when we were still doing Quidditch matches because it was a lot of stitches I could fill in with not a lot of work.
That is cool.
And so I just have to fill in that one bunny and then do this one in the middle. Just his little head.
Look, this makes it look like he's got a little hat on.
It does. You know, it's because I went up and did the ears.
Yeah.
And I just filled in below them. And I would have gone down far enough to pick up the eye, and I already did the nose, but to pick up the eye, and I thought, no, I stitch from the bottom to the top. And okay, so I think it looks really dark in here while we're doing this. And this is absolutely what color this fabric is.
That's pretty. That's pretty fabric.
This is Prank from Picture This Plus. I just toss them there like Nancy's going to do it. Okay. Well, since you showed yours, I can show mine.
Okay. I mean, now, do you know what my design is? Just from what I showed?
No. Okay. You guys will all know what mine is, but that's okay. And I found this great little piece of fabric in my stash.
I don't know what it is.
This fabric is so beautiful. I believe that it's vintage pearled barley. I mean, look, just get it in a good light and look at it.
That is pretty.
I mean, it is.
It's got a lot
beautiful.
of color in it. And a little bit of pink, doesn't it?
Maybe. But now here's the bad part. It's tiny, and I thought I got it on the right thread, and I did not. So it will be kind of a bear.
Oh. Can
So
you just
I might.
move one?
Well,
like,
I might when I get to the design
next
part.
word or whatever. Yeah.
Well, there's design along with the words. So when I do the design part, yeah, I might be off a half stitch.
Yeah.
Because
who's gonna notice?
it's a real pain at this point.
Nobody's
Okay.
gonna know.
So that was in there. And then I know, I'm going to put this back in because the stuff is in here for it. I know that I have...
She's holding the bag and digging
Oh,
in
that's
it.
what that is. Okay. So I know that there is a monthly challenge where we... It's in here. Where we need to work on something that would be found in the lake that they go into in the Tri-Wizard tournament. And so you would find mermaids there. So I'm going to work on the Black Pearl, which my friend Vicki Seeley bought for me. And I have kind of converted, and it's boring right now, I got to tell you that. I'm doing this on 28 count Tempest from Picture This Plus. Look at this fabric.
Woo-hoo.
And I am
that's her
doing, yep,
fin
I'm doing,
around her fin.
well, it's all of this veining in here.
Oh,
So,
okay.
do you see, okay, we have it back in, but do you see down here kind of all this veining stuff that's a little darker? I'll get real close. That's all going to be silver. And then I'm filling in with some other colors I've chosen. I just want it to be a little different.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I got inspired by Michelle Bendy Stitchy doing hers so differently that I just thought I can do that.
Well, and coming off your Queen of Quite a Lot, where you did all of the crowns in the...
Actually, this is what inspired that.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Because I went looking for the silver, and I found
and then thought,
a whole
oh,
little, you know, the little boxes. Everybody does the bobbins at some point, right? So the little bobbin boxes, I have one of those little boxes full of Krynic.
Oh my goodness.
So that's...
I think I've got maybe 3 spools and that's it.
Well, okay, but like
but
when...
you've been stitching a lot longer than I have.
The other thing is that when the old mill closed out things,
yes.
anytime they clearanced, I bought things.
Yeah.
Because I had some disposable cash. That's a great tip for you. If you're in a shop, I don't care if you know what you want it for. If you think you'll use it someday, buy it.
Get it.
That's why I had all of those colors to do all of the crowns on that, because I just had that whole, and I have all different weights. I had blending filament, which I used on some of the little silver crowns.
Yes.
And they were really, really light and airy.
Mm-hmm.
And then I had some braids of different weights. And one of them I did a little heavier, and I decided I didn't like what it did to the fabric. And so I didn't use that anymore.
Carefully took it out? Or
No, I left it.
You left it?
It was okay, but I didn't want to fight with it anymore.
Yeah.
I'm having Twinings English breakfast tea, and I only do decaf.
Me too, but
So.
mine's full strength.
Yeah. I am a decaf girl, so and there's nothing else in it. It's tea.
So I think that's it for us, isn't it?
Mm-mm.
No, you got something else?
Yeah, I have a few more that I'm thinking about.
Okay.
And I was just going to show because I'm thinking about.
Okay.
But I've been thinking about different challenges. One of them is to stitch something. It was to work on a whip you haven't touched in 6 months. And I've touched all of the whips on my whip list.
Yeah. Yeah.
But when we went to Galleria, I bought a couple of patterns that I just have been dying to start. And I'm going to figure out what I'm going to do and how I'm going to make them fit. So the first one is Alphabet Garden from Nikki's Creations. There we go.
I think that is so cute.
Okay, and it came with this little bunny. Isn't she cute, little bunny? And then I also have this little trowel charm that I will put somewhere in there. I think probably, I think I have my finger on it. Right here where this fork is, I'll put the trowel.
Mm-hmm.
So, anyway, that's one. And another one that I thought of Thursday night when I was talking with the girls stitching is this Barbara Anna Designs Funky Bird. I wanted this so bad. And this would fit for another one where I've been. As soon as I saw it, I had to stitch it. Well, I had to buy it.
Has Michelle done that one?
I think so.
It looks like some of the things that she stitches too, so.
And I know, yeah, I maybe should get I know that for one of the challenges, we have to do a bunch of stuff for the ultimate extra credit. We have to do something that Harry and Neville were both born in the 7th month. It all has to do with sevens. Well, I was born in the 7th month too. So I have July from the Cricket collection. And I love this thing.
I think it's cute.
And I have another July. I have the With Thy Needle and Thread, I think it's called Doorbells. But it's the July, the wordplay things. And then you have this too.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I've been watching Sunshine Stitchers because they make me happy. They do. They make me laugh. And I want to go stitch with them. I just want to be part of their group. We need to take a trip to Florida. Because, they are just so fun. And they're each very unique and stitch very different things. That's another one. I think most of you are watching them. If you're not, go watch them. Sunshine Stitchers. But Gary has recently started. This one is, I didn't bring the whole thing. It's from the magazine, and I think you can get it as a download now. It's the Trick or Treat Fairy. I think this is the one that he's doing. And it made me think that I should really pull mine out. Mine needs a little fix, which I think I've taken care of. But, first of all, it's like really wrinkled, but look at this glorious piece of fabric.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
And now I'll get close enough that you can see what I have done, which is not much.
I think that's about where mine is too.
So I have a head start on Gary, but I don't stitch one thing at a time, so he will beat me. But anyway, I just love this fabric. Mm-hmm. What color is yours?
I think it's it's probably marshmallow fluff.
Fudge.
Yes, fudge. Marshmallow
fudge. Since we started swearing?
Yeah.
So those are the ones that I'm just kind of thinking maybe will be coming up soon.
Okay.
That Magical Stitches stuff. Hashtag Magical Stitches rules my life.
Yeah.
So, but that's my...
At least you're having fun with it.
I am, and I have gotten so much accomplished. I don't know that I've finished as much as I normally do.
Yeah.
But I have moved along so many projects. Okay, now I feel washed out. How about you? Mm-hmm. Okay, well, now we're real dark. Okay, try it again. Somewhere in between. That's good, right?
I think that's okay.
Okay. I'm going to let Nancy talk for the next part.
Okay. Well, we're talking about retreat information. I got a call at work the other day and kind of surprised me, and normally I don't answer the phone if it's, not a number I know, but I thought it's one of those telemarketers. I'm going to stop it. Well, it wasn't. It was actually Greg from the Drury Inn, and he just wanted to chat with me for a few minutes about the retreat. And we just went totally black here, so we're trying to see what's going on. It's still recording, apparently.
I don't know if you guys can see us or not. I wonder if it turned around. Hi! And we won't edit that out. Won't that be fun?
Oh, woo!
I'm sorry for that interruption.
That's okay. But he wanted to let me know that our room block had expired, and that we had not only reached our room block, we had exceeded it. So thank you very much.
We're so excited.
Yes. And I told him that we were still having people sign up, and, was there any way that they could still get the rate? And he goes, you know what? I'll give you 15 more rooms on that room block. So we've got some more rooms.
On top of
our 43
that we already have booked.
Yeah.
So we have some more rooms. Which
are all double at least, if not 3 or 4 in the room. So we've got a lot of people coming. We're really excited about it.
We do still have some openings, and we're pretty excited about that.
Yes. He let me know that the conference room would be available at 8 a.m. on the 11th.
Oh, so we won't be in there that early.
No, whenever we want to open that room, we can get in there then and get it set. And actually, if you're there the night before, the guy who's setting it up will be happy to set it the way you want it.
Ah, okay. So you may have to stop by and we'll look.
Yeah.
I do know that I saw on the Facebook group that one of my friends, her roommate is not going to be able to come.
Yes.
And she is looking for a roommate. It has to be a non-smoker.
Yes, she's allergic to the smoke.
Yeah, and really, really sensitive. So if somebody is kind of on the fence and thinking, well, but I don't have a roommate, I have a really good roommate for you.
Yeah.
She is a hysterical, wonderful woman, and I love her to death. And you would have a roommate that you could split the room cost with.
That would be great.
So, and she's already booked.
Okay, and the rooms that they've added are still going to be at our rate, so you're still good. And this is good through June 2nd, so not much time, but there you go. Another opportunity.
Do you want to tease a little more? I don't know maybe if I do this.
I'm sitting here thinking, what is that?
Well, it says it on both sides, so I know some of you would just stop it.
Yeah.
And you would freeze it, and you would look. But I'll just show you this. Isn't that pretty? Look at that little case. It's fabulous. Me and my cough drop. We're having a good time here.
So, but that was the big news about the retreat. That we have more rooms, so I'm excited about that.
Yay!
Yeah.
Yeah. So you heard our plans. You heard everything that's going on. We told you gross stories, TMI. We started off with a little swearing. I think we're done.
I think we've covered all the bases.
And I think we're headed to the cross-stitch shop. And so I'll have some stash to show you next week.
Yeah, and we're going to try to get there through the rain.
Well, it's supposed to be really, really... One model that they have for our area shows 14 inches of rain over the next 2 weeks.
Good grief, yeah.
And a second model shows 12 inches of rain.
I was going to put some plants out, and the girls at work said, oh, no, wait, they'll be washed away. So, okay.
So anyway, until next time, she's Nancy.
And she's Laura.
And we are the Addicted Sisters. Have a great stitching week.
Bye-bye.
Bye.